Hello everybody and welcome inside the Ontario Soccer Centre, where it's a good thing to say that today given the weather we have outside, where we have the Shield, and we're going to open things up with the under 15 competition featuring Richmond Hill boys under 15 taking on Toronto FC. Toronto FC, the under 15 OPDL champions this season, and Richmond Hill, the West champions for the Western Conference of the OPDL. Of course, the Toronto FC team is an under 14 team that plays up an age group. Everything is just about set to get underway. We're going through the coin toss. We'll get into the lineups for both teams in just a minute, but I'll just fill you in on the OPDL. Launched in 2014 with the 2001 age group, the Ontario Player Development League is one of the province's first standards-based youth high-performance league that combines top-level competition with strict high-performance training standards. This innovative, exciting youth high-performance program is an important component of the overall movement to adopt the core principles of the long-term player development across soccer at large in Ontario and Canada. By next year, OPDL will also encompass the U13 to U17 age categories for both males and females. OPDL represents young players' early graduation to a genuine high-performance training environment, targeting only the top athletes in the province from age groups U13 to eventually U17. With in Ontario, unlike other leagues, OPDL operates more as a high-performance training program than merely a league. The best of the best will be in action this weekend as Ontario Soccer Centre plays host to the OPDL Charity Shield. 12 teams across 6 divisions will compete for provincial glory as the U14, 15, and 16 age groups wrap up the OPDL 2017 season. So first for the home team, Toronto FC head coach, former TFC and Vancouver Whitecaps player Terry Dunfield. I'm just quickly going to run through things here. Juan Sanchez, Christian Calabro is the goalkeeper. Evan Amaral, Lowell Wright is on the bench. Danielson Clamp, Jason Gajadar, Kobe Franklin, Ifeoluwa Adnuga, Matthew Medeiros, Eugene Chiapetta, Stefano Capano, and Joaquil Ruddy. For Richmond Hill, head coach Bob Monroe. In goal is Anand Sanchir. In front of him, Jermaine Stretton-Lee, Michael Hanley, Jamal Esabra, Anthony Pajamsis, Carmine Fiore, Ronan Langan, Angad Panasar, Mason Shearer, Alexander Chervoni, and Nathan Pledwell. Just about. And it's Richmond Hill getting things going. And it's Chervoni with the early ball knocked forward. These two teams met earlier in the season. It was a 4-0 Toronto FC win back in May. But obviously, two very good teams here playing for the Charity Shield. Jason Gajadar on the ball. He goes back. Danielson Clamp, central defender, partnering up with Matthew Medeiros. Speaking with Dunfield prior to the game, he likes that pairing of Medeiros and Clamp. As Richmond Hill turns the ball over early, sort of frenetic pace. Nathan Pledwell, 7 goals on the season. There's a good tackle sliding in by Evan Amaral. Richmond Hill, 20 games played, 13 wins, 4 ties, and just 3 losses. 55 goals for, 16 against for plus 39 goal difference. Thrown into the area, shielded almost all the way out, but then just knocked on to the goalkeeper. Calabro, 6 clean sheets on the season. Toronto FC, 14 wins, 4 ties, and just 2 losses. It's back to Calabro, who also scored a goal at this point, earlier on in the season. Makes a mistake on his clearance, blocked Pledwell, but just sort of spins away from the goal. Early little scare there. Not long before the game started here indoors, we could hear the rain pouring down outside, so everybody's nice and comfortable and happy to be indoors. What's warmer, it's not as cool as it has been in the Toronto area up here in Vaughan, but with the warmth comes the rain. And we're obviously happy to be out of the elements today. 2 40-minute halves at the under 15 level. Slowing things down a little bit. Still to come. Next up is under 16 in the boys division, and then ending off the day with the under 14 age group. Two Toronto FC teams will be heading down to BMO Field later on this afternoon for a MLS playoff game. Toronto FC and New York Red Bulls, but they have their own business to take care of. Long ball forward. That's Stefano Capano. Knocked into the corner there. Gajadar, 1 goal on the season. Central midfielder. Now in transition. It's a good ball forward, played well, but then coming across, good tackle, Matthew Medeiros. Head coach Terry Dunfield likes Medeiros' passing, gets good range on the balls. And then for Clamp, his central defensive mate, calls him an old-fashioned kind of defender, aggressive, goes in hard. Headed up Mason Shearer. Now it comes back, Shearer has to defend Capano, and it's Shearer who wins it, gets it up. Fiore gets around, leaving Franklin in his wake. You see the little extra physicality that being a year up makes. That's what, if there is an advantage for Richmond Hill, they're that little bit bigger, that little bit stronger that having the extra year does. Angad Panasar, 8 goals on the season. That's second in team scoring. Far and away, though, Jamal Esabra, 24 goals in the OPDL in all competitions. Given away. Pajamsis to Esabra. Not the biggest fella, but he obviously can finish. Turned over. Kobe Franklin coming back. Ruddy. Chapetta has some room on the wing. Being watched by Langen, slows things down, turns it back. Gajadar. Almost a David Luiz kind of mop hairstyle on top there. Medeiros gets a second crack at it, knocks it long. Flag was up, though, for offside. Langen can't hang on to it. There's a dummy. Ruddy. Attempted long ball over Pledwell's head and all the way back. Handled easily. Calabro rolls it out. Medeiros. Long loping strides. Big tall center defender. Cervoni. 3 TFC players around him, turns the ball over. Lots of back and forth in the early going. Shearer goes back to his goalkeeper, Anand Sanchir. 3 clean sheets on the season. Medeiros swings it around. Clamp wearing the captain's armband. Chapetta. Gajadar. Toronto playing a 4-3-3 to start things off. Almost looking sort of 4-1-4-1 for Richmond Hill. given, of course, the status of Toronto FC. Richmond Hill would love to say they beat the club at any age group. Something to go back to their mates at school and say, hey, yeah, we beat Toronto FC this weekend. It was great. So Toronto FC, of course, well aware of the little target that they have. It's going to be Anthony Pagiamsis to take the free kick. He's got 2 goals this season. He's wearing the captain's armband. Swings it into the middle, but right at Medeiros. Franklin up the line. Shearer. It's going to be a Toronto FC throw. Speaking of Toronto FC, Toronto FC is proud to support youth soccer in Ontario. Toronto FC, presenting partner of the OPDL. Today's OPDL Charity Shield action is fueled by Gatorade, the official sports fuel of OPDL. Try the new Gatorade Frost today. Gatorade Frost, your fuel to play cool. Esebra crossed, handled though, and cleared away. Not too far though. Fiore, Esebra. Certainly one to watch. You see he's surrounded, but he wins the throw-in. Appreciating other partners, Soccer X. Thank you to OPDL partner Soccer Express for their first-class support. As Canada's premier dealer, Soccer Express has everything needed to take your game to the next level. Pause there. Handled by the goalkeeper. Visit soccerx.com to check out the latest gear from Adidas, Nike, Puma, Admiral, and more. And experts in the field of youth concussion, Holland Bloorview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital has formed a collaboration with Ontario Soccer. This partnership will improve concussion awareness and education to ensure the improved safety of youth soccer players across the province. It's going to be now a Toronto FC throw deep in the Richmond Hill half. Thrown to Gajadar. He goes back, though. Clamp. Taken off him. It's a good tackle. Pledwell, can he get away? Clamp tries to slide. Pledwell still going, working on Medeiros. Pledwell a little bit touched too far, and Medeiros gets position. And Calabro comes out to claim. Just a bit of a heavy touch there from Pledwell. Almost got away. Once again, another Toronto FC throw headed out. Stretton Lee for Richmond Hill. Neither side really troubling either goalkeeper so far. Just a note about the Charity Shield today, while also an integral opportunity to showcase the immense talent found within the OPDL before fellow OPDL members, scouts, and families, the Charity Shield raises money for Ontario charities. Every dollar accumulated through the $5 admission rate will be donated to Ontario charities as chosen by the winning teams in each match. Last year, over $2,900 were raised, and that money was given evenly to Sick Kids Hospital, the Breast Cancer Foundation, and Holland Bloorview Concussion Center. This year, the OPDL is also running a silent auction where those in attendance and those watching from home can bid on some fantastic prize packs and gear. So, if you're watching from home and want to have a look, visit https:// of course, www.32auctions.com/OPDL to have a look, place your bids, see what's out there. I've actually looked down there. There's some good stuff. Josie Altidore TFC jersey. There's a Canada Soccer shirt and scarf pack. There's a sort of a Gatorade cooler and drink mix selection. So some good stuff. Have a look. Once again, 32auctions.com/OPDL. Have a look, place some bids. Long ball forward. Good shielding. Under pressure, though, a little bit. Fiore opts not to go back to his goalkeeper, takes it to the right side. Tries to find Esebra, a little too ambitious on the turn. It's going to be a Toronto FC throw. Shearer tries to find Esebra. misses him, but ends up on a teammate's foot, goes long, tries to find Langen, but he's beaten to it. Panesar tried to find him. Another long ball over the top, this time the other way. Can't quite put him in, but it is going to be a Toronto FC throw. Some good defending by Richmond Hill. Of course, Toronto FC in their ubiquitous red, and red. Richmond Hill, green and white hoops on the jersey, white shorts, green and white socks. Pajamsis goes forward. Medeiros gets a foot in well. Adnuga. Adnuga, Dunfield calls him a Yaya Toure kind of player, can see a pass. But right now it's Richmond Hill. Pledwell. Langen, tackle comes in. Medeiros solid so far. Actually, pardon me, that was Clamp. Some quality defending at both ends so far. Just about 15 minutes gone in the first half. Still 0-0 between these two sides. Toronto FC, winners of the East. Richmond Hill, winners of the West. Clamp under a bit of pressure. He gets out of danger. Gajadar back to Medeiros, plenty of room to look up. Richmond Hill dropping off a little bit, just one man sort of forward. Ruddy into the middle, that's a good ball. Bit heavy on the first touch. That allows Fiore to shield it back for his goalkeeper, Sanchier. Nice cross in though. Bit heavy on the first touch was Juan Sanchez. One of the number of even younger players on Toronto FC. He's got the permit to play up an age group. Another. Had its moments of back and forth action and some slower moments as well. Long ball over the top. Again, some more good defending. A little shove in the back, nothing given. But Mason Shearer does well. Coming back the other way. It's tipped a little more in TFC's favor as this half has progressed, and Richmond Hill's having a longer bit of distance to get things going. But they have had a few little splashes. They look good on the counter. Nice little nutmeg there. Stretton Lee to Pajamsis. Adnuga to the outside. Chapetta. Ruddy. Crossed in. There's one boot to it. Not all the way out. Gajadar crossed in, back post. Fiore heads it. And Richmond Hill has a chance to relieve some of the pressure here. Not fully, though. And Clamp to Medeiros. These games will be two 40-minute halves, under 16s still to come. It'll be the regulation 45. And then the under 14s to end the day will have 4 20-minute quarters. This is a development league. You want to give the younger players as many opportunities to touch base with the coaches. Same thing with up-and-coming officials, get that chance to go over everything. So that's the 4 quarters of the under 14s. Tries to slide it through the middle. Langen. Actually, that was Capano, pardon me. Gervoni takes him down. Haven't been too many fouls. Very good spirit in the game in the early going. Adnuga wants to take it. Looks to leave it and then comes back, and he'll take this. big 6'1" central midfielder. Let's see what kind of danger he can put into Richmond Hill here. Plenty of bodies forward. Good chip over the top. Adenuga Medeiros is there, headed out, nicely headed. Esibra. Forward to Pledwell. Waiting for some help. It comes. Sort of a desperation kick forward from Panesar, almost a toe poke. Didn't have plenty of options. Toronto FC had their numbers back. Nice little turn. Adenuga to Franklin. Franklin still going. Adenuga, little give and go. Is there a finish? Just off target. Nice work there by the two midfield players, Kobe Franklin and Ifeoluwa Adenuga. Probably the best chance of the game so far, but just off the target. Goal kick just goes right out of bounds. Evan Amaral to take the throw, and he's got 2 goals in all competitions this season. Good tackle, Pajamsis. Esibra under pressure. For all his goals, he's been the one to watch, and Toronto FC has taken him out of the game largely so far. But here's Panesar, another dangerous player on the right foot. Low shot, handled easily by Christian Calabro. So now teams are getting some shots a little bit. Still end-to-end a little bit. But both sides have now had a crack on target. Now here we come back the other way. Franklin beaten to it. Shearer does well to shield the ball out for a goal kick. But the game's opened up. Both sides with really their first cracks at the goal. Right through the middle, intercepted. Adenuga tries to slide the ball through. Is there an opportunity? Quality defending. Capano was trying to get there, but Michael Hanley shielded the ball well. Back to Sanchier. There's a free kick. A little too over anxious on the jump. Flicked on, Esibra. Handled Gajadar. Gets around one, Shearer out of the back. Up to Fiore. His cross, though, handled. Tempo slowed down as we are under 20 minutes remaining in the first half here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. Been a fun one so far. Hope you're enjoying things, everyone. My name is Gavin Day. I'm up in the perch today. Flag goes up for offside. Once again, very glad that we are indoors with that rain. Substitution coming in for Richmond Hill. Ronan Langan coming out. Sadio Cisse coming in. As the first change of the game comes in. As they say, beautiful weather here under the dome. It's not really a dome, it's just I like saying that. Anyway. Nice turn by Medeiros. Deft little touch to win an extra yard on Pledwell. Gajadar dropping back to help out. Clamp. Long ball forward. Ruddy Gajadar. Franklin intercepted. Chance to break now. Pajamsis doesn't get the best touch. Back comes Esabra to help out. There's Esabra again. A little bit too much mustard on that one. Pludbow can't really handle it as he's turning. Now Richmond Hill has had a few minutes coming forward, so each side has had their spells in possession. As there's the whistle goes, free kick given. Down goes Adenuga. Panesar went in there getting a word from the official. Nothing more than that. And it's Adenuga again. Goes short. Back to Adenuga. Now has a few yards, tries from long range. A couple yards over the bar. Other goalkeeper for Richmond Hill, Owen Edwards. He had 6 clean sheets on the season, so 2 quality goalkeepers for Richmond Hill. So they had a very fine OPDL season. Deflection. There's an opportunity. Keeper out. Franklin runs away from goal. Small reprieve, but there is a corner kick coming. Opportunity created there. Sanchia read the play just enough to force Franklin out wide. Corner kick comes in, back post, headed out, only as far as Gajadar. Deflected corner. Not sure if any of those players were offside had they gotten involved, but another opportunity. Sanchez to take. This time he goes low. Back to Sanchez. Ruddy. Not sure if that was a cross or a shot, but Sanchia read it. It was dangerous either way. Third corner kick coming up. But the flag did go up for offside, so even if there had been a header to redirect it on target, would have not counted. Sanchia read that ball. Wasn't sure, as I mentioned, if it was a cross or a shot, but it was dangerous. Certainly right in the danger area. Not far from the goal, but instead it is offside. And now Toronto FC with a bit more pressure. So both sides have had their opportunities, their chances on the ball. Let's see if Richmond Hill now can get back onto the front foot. Still looking for the game's first goal. Under 15 minutes left in the first half. OPDL U16 Charity Shield here in Vaughan. Medeiros goes all the way back to Calabro. Clamp. Chapetta. Champ running with the ball a little bit. Adenuga. To the inside, Gajadar. Dishes the ball off and then runs it forward. Good interception. Jermaine Stratton-Lee. Slowing things down. Danielson Clamp back to Calabro. He has Medeiros. Clamp out of the back. Gajadar, 2 on him. Gajadar again. Medeiros goes all the way back. Now it's back to trying to figure out how to break him down as Richmond Hill plays a little bit higher. Bit more pressure on the ball. Toronto FC not able to break down in the last few minutes. trying to go over the top. Shearer, though, handles that. Adnuga. Gajadar. Good turn, wins the free kick. Jaquil Ruddy. It's going to be Sanchez again. Most recently on corner kick duty. Dangerous free kick opportunity. Juan Sanchez. Not cleared out. Ruddy again. Gets it back into the area. Cleared forward. Esabra. Nice ball to Pajamsis. Relieves the pressure and chance for a counter. TFC back in numbers, though. Can't break down. It was sort of a 2-on-5. Toronto FC got back quickly. Flag up offside. Pajamsis. A little interchange between the two central defenders. Aggressive header won, but then there's a quick counterattack opportunity, some good pace, and then a collision between Pledwell and Calabro. Nothing malicious there, maybe a little bit reckless. Pledwell had the beating of the two central defenders. Calabro came out, and then a scary looking collision there. Pledwell is feeling that one. He's getting some treatment. He'll need a change. Might just be the wind knocked out of him, but better safe than sorry when you can use the subs. Change comes in for Richmond Hill. Obviously hope Pledwell's okay, but in his place, Atal Shams. 4 goals on the season. Medeiros. Inside 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Still scoreless. Toronto FC and Richmond Hill, the OPDL Under 15 Charity Shield. Shams looks like he's just going to be chasing around the defenders who have the ball, try to put under a little pressure, maybe try to force a turnover. Shearer. Pressure coming in, clears it out. Fiore. It's going to be a Richmond Hill throw. Fiore to take the throw. It's going to be a Toronto FC throw headed well by Amaral. Off Shams and out for the throw. It's going to be Amaral to take. He goes back to Medeiros. Miss kick. Shams can't punish him for it. Madero sort of got the ball stuck under the boots. That's Adenuga. Slow, patient, deliberate build-up from Toronto FC. Amaral tries to go over the top, tried to rush that one. Intercepted. He gets it back. Takes it off Esebra. Gajadar usually in the middle. Slotted over to that far side to help out. Now comes back into the middle to help things out. Right in front of his defenders. But Medeiros goes long, right over the top. Capano can't do much with it. There's another opportunity. Ruddy, room to look up. Good tackle. Ruddy held onto it for a bit too long. But Gajadar sees the opportunity. Good little touch. Gajadar lays it off. Flag is up though, offside. As Capano was played in. And Sanchier took that shot off the head. He do whatever it takes to make the save. Looks like he's going to be okay. Our official is not waving on treatment. And he is up, and he is okay. And on Sanchier, even though the flag was up, he read another play well. Some quality goalkeeping from him so far. Sanchier takes the free kick. Medeiros wins it though. Franklin tries to go after Capano. And then Capano loses it and then muscles Shearer to the ground. It's going to be a free kick for Richmond Hill. Cervoni. Amaral handles that one. Kept in nicely. Sanchez does well. But it does go back to Richmond Hill. Back and forth goes the possession. Panesar. A little bit of pressure. Medeiros had Shams breathing down his neck. And it is a corner kick for Richmond Hill. We'll see what kind of set piece they can come up with here. With just 5 minutes remaining in the first half here in Vaughan. Low cross, Esebra can't get a boot to it, swung and missed, and then cleared away. Adenuga, some good work hanging on to the ball. Michael Hanley gives it to Esebra. Richmond Hill will get it and we'll start again. Shearer. Reset coming. Hanley. Tries to go over the top. Shams not going to reach him. Second try at it. Shams, can he get to this one? Just a step behind. But Esebra on the right foot. Oof, not far off. I think Esebra shot it. He meant to do it. But following in, Sadio Cisse nearly got that follow-up opportunity as the ball rolled wide for a goal kick. Just a step behind. Ball did go out, so it is going to be a Toronto FC throw. A little bit further up. Amaral. Pajamsis intercepts. Gets the second ball too. But then right over the top. And that one is handled by Panshir. Like I said off the top, these two teams played in May with Toronto FC picking up the 4-0 win. So certainly a step forward for Richmond Hill in that regard. Pajamsis tries to go through the middle. Can't find Shams though. Ready. Gajadar over the top. Nice bit of skill. Jermaine Stratton Lee can't hang on to the ball though. Shearer being watched. Sanchez, and Sanchez wins the throw. Nicely done. Good bit of pressure from him. Terry Dunfield off the bench for Toronto FC. Bob Monroe, Richmond Hill head coach, having a seat. Sibra. Good little touch. Shams can't find him. Madero stepped forward, read it well. Inside the final 90 seconds of the allotted 40 in the first half. We'll see how much they tack on at the end. Is there a late opportunity for Richmond Hill as they come forward? Fiore. 2 goals in all competitions. Shams headed into the middle. Not a bad ball. Can't hold on to it though. Toronto FC will clear. Hanley steps forward. Ruddy. Sibra tries to flick it on. Shams can only get ahead to it and help it back to Calabro. Just seconds now, really. Chapetta. Clamp. Nice bit of skill there for Stratton Lee to dribble out of a pressure situation. Shams lost sight of the ball there. Chapetta crossed in, Hanley handles, and then heads out. Cervoni. Panesar. Can't find Esabra. Goes out. It is going to be a Richmond Hill throw. There's got to be not much time added here. Clock stops on 1 minute, but we are well inside that. Both sides have had a few cracks at goal. Nothing too troubling for the goalkeepers. Sanchier in the Richmond Hill goal has had to be sharp a few times, but he's been lucky a few times with the flag up for offside. Whistle to the referee's mouth. Got to be not long now. I've said that a few times, but didn't see a board go up. And as Christian Calabro goes long, that brings an end to the first half. Scoreless here after 40 minutes between Toronto FC and Richmond Hill, the under-15 OPDL Charity Shield. We're going to take a break for a few minutes. We'll be back with you for the second half. Second half just about to get underway. Toronto FC will kick things off scoreless after the first 40 minutes. Under 15 boys OPDL Charity Shield from the Ontario Soccer Centre here in Vaughan. Richmond Hill and Toronto FC. We are back underway. Looks like Toronto FC captain Kosi Thompson in the game. 15 goals in all competitions this season. Slotted in right up top. Talking to Toronto FC head coach Terry Dunfield about Thompson before the game. Called him a role model, even at this age. Player his teammates look up to. Under pressure a little bit there. And it's Richmond Hill now coming forward, but Ifeoluwa Adenuga intercepts, and Christian Calabro will get Toronto FC started for the first time in the second half. As I mentioned, Toronto FC league champs. 14 wins for them on the season out of 20 games. 4 ties and 2 losses. Richmond Hill, 13 wins, 4 ties and 3 losses as they won the West. Adenuga under some pressure. Gajadar. And then Gajadar comes away with it after the header. Kobe Franklin. A bit of physicality. Nothing illegal about that, though. It's going to be a Richmond Hill throw here. Way down below. Tries to hit Pagiamsis. But it is going to be another Richmond Hill throw as they slowly build their way up that line, throwing into the middle. Missed everybody. A chance to come away, chance to run. Danielson Clamp finds Franklin. He goes back. Amaral. And it's Clamp again. Just a reminder, 40-minute halves here at the under 15 level. There's a free kick coming up. Little shove in the back on Thompson. Quickly taken. Thompson running at him now. Franklin. Over the top. Ambitious. Headlines in his eyes. Evan Amaral tried the fancy volley. Unfortunately for him, missed everything. Just a reminder of what you are watching here. The OPDL, launched in 2014 with the 2001 age group. The Ontario Player Development League is one of the province's first standards-based youth high-performance league that combines top-level competition with strict high-performance training standards. The innovative, exciting youth high-performance program is an important component of the overall movement to adopt the core principles of long-term player development across soccer at large in Ontario and Canada. By 2018, OPDL will also encompass U13 to U17 age categories for both males and females. Going to pause as Richmond Hill comes forward. Pajamsis tries to go through the middle. Dummy lets it run. Sadio Cisse taking it away from goal. Nathan Pledwell back into the game. Good to see him shake off an earlier little knock. Stretton Lee going to take a quick throw in here, right into the middle, handled though easily by Toronto. They do have a chance to counter. Adenuga. Thompson. As Richmond Hill gets their numbers back. The move is almost lost here, but up the line. Ruddy being watched. Stretton Lee. Ruddy into the area, tries the back heel. Maybe a little ill-advised as it's cut out, but still a Toronto FC throw. Gajadar. Adnuga. Man coming in, look out for Pledwell. Adnuga still going, shrugs him off. Left-footed shot, handled easily. OPDL represents young players' early graduation to a genuine high-performance training environment, training only the top athletes in the province from age groups U13, eventually to U17, with what will be the highest level of competitive youth soccer in Ontario. Unlike other leagues, OPDL operates more as a high-performance training program than merely a league. The best of the best are in action this weekend as the Ontario Soccer Centre hosts the OPDL Charity Shield. 12 teams across 6 divisions will compete for provincial glory as the U14, 15, and 16 age groups wrap up the OPDL season. While also an integral part to showcase the immense talent found within the OPDL before fellow OPDL members, scouts, and families, the Charity Shield raises money for Ontario charities. Every dollar accumulated through the $5 admission rate will be donated to Ontario charities as chosen by the winning teams in each match. Last year, over $2,900 was raised, and that money was given evenly to Sick Kids Hospital, the Breast Cancer Foundation, and Holland Bloorview Concussion Center. Also, there is a silent auction this year. The OPDL is running that, where those in attendance and you watching from home can bid on some fantastic prize packs and gear. If you want to see what's available, I mentioned some of the stuff that's there in the first half. Check out 32auctions.com/OPDL to have a look. Place your bid. I recommend it. So there's some good stuff, as I mentioned. Of course, it's soccer related. Crossed in, Pajamsis cut out, Pledwell. Pledwell gets it on the right foot. Fine effort. Calabro claims. Pledwell, a lot of power into that right boot. Maybe the best shot we've had of the game. Right at Calabro, though. Richmond Hill with an opportunity. Still looking for the first goal. Amaral comes away with it. Pledwell headed it right to him. And it's now Toronto FC. Essentially an under 14 team. They have a few players even younger than that here playing in this under 15 age group. Obviously, they work on the technical skill, but that extra year on a lot of these players, bigger, stronger, faster. And of course, if you're Richmond Hill, you would love to boast a little bit that you beat Toronto FC, given how far up that club reaches. Pajamsis can't hold on. Gajadar. Sanchez can't hang on. Back comes Richmond Hill. Can they quickly counter? It's Pledwell. Room to run. Gets around Medeiros, but Amaral backs up his teammate. Right down below, still an opportunity. Pledwell on the turn. Pajamsis back to Pledwell. Working on Amaral now. Gajadar comes to help out. 2 on Pledwell. And that's good teamwork, good defending by Toronto FC to force the change of possession. Change coming in for Toronto FC. Kobe Franklin is coming out. Nake Greenidge Duncan coming in. He's got 9 goals in all competitions this season, so another offensive weapon coming off the bench for TFC as this game still looking for its first goal just about 10 minutes into the second half. Going to be Richmond Hill throwing it in. Headed down. Asibra. One was never really going to trouble. Ball spinning away as he kicked it. That sliced away for a goal kick, but a good start to the second half for Richmond Hill. Couple of opportunities in the early going. TFC trying to find their footing. A little bit of a higher block by Richmond Hill in effect here. Not afraid to sit numbers forward, try to force a turnover. And they get a chance here. Pledwell, though, can't get to it, but it is another Richmond Hill throw. Pledwell 7 goals this year. Cisse, Pledwell, 3 around him. Can't dance his way out of trouble, but Richmond Hill does come away with it. That's a nice ball over the top. Great vision. Pledwell 2 on him. Gets a crack. Handled well. Esabra was advancing, and Calabro had to be sure. Esabra. Richmond Hill, wind in the sails. Esabra still going into the penalty area. I think he wanted to shoot it. He ends up crossing it in. Very open second half we've got. Thompson. Here's Toronto FC dangerous on the counter. Greenidge Duncan. The flag is up, though. Offside. Through the middle, Thompson. Read well. Not fully out, Ruddy. Back and forth. Great second half we've had here. Crossed into the middle. Headed on. Thompson was through, or so he thought. Sansheer read it again. Great understanding by the Richmond Hill goalkeeper all game long. But it is Toronto FC here now, stepping forward a little bit. Headed in, headed on, rather. That was Adenuga right out for a goal kick. Richmond Hill struggling to break out. Adenuga. Greenidge Duncan chasing after in the corner. He's watched. Fiore on him. Fiore using his height and size advantage, but some good effort by Greenidge Duncan to get it back. Adenuga. Good flick over the top. Fiore recovering well. Gives the ball a ride up into the rafters. Drop ball. Don't think it hit the ground first. So we will do it again. The always fun drop ball that's actually contested. These aren't always contested. I think that one did bounce. I'm not sure, maybe. Adenuga comes away with it. Esabra didn't think it bounced. Nearly led to an opportunity, but it's a goal kick. Esabra sort of shrugged a little bit, wondering why it wasn't called back, but we played on. And on Sansheer. It's Richmond Hill struggling to break out of their end now a little bit. Under it a little bit. Ruddy, good turn. Thompson, 3 around him. Adenuga. Has some good vision. Maybe a little too ambitious on the flick. Ruddy, it was a good tackle from Cisse. Very long way to try a dummy flick. Sansheer. Up next is the under-16 Boys Charity Shield. And once again, you will see Toronto FC taking on Vaughan in what's pretty highly anticipated game. Should be a very good one between those two teams. Shearer can't head it all the way out. Thompson, good recovery by Fiore to block. Cisse coming away with it, gets around two, room to look up, over the top to Essebra, good control to bring it down, still going. Shots blocked, but there's an opportunity. Pledwell just only able to get it in range of Calabro to make the block. Some lovely control from Jamal Essebra. Got a little fortuitous bounce on his attempted shot. Now back the other way. Thompson working on Shearer. Thompson comes away with it. Thompson! Kosi Thompson gives Toronto FC the lead. Following up the play, smartly done. Kosi Thompson has the game's first goal with just under 24 minutes remaining. Now, after having a chance spurred at one end, then conceding at the other, Richmond Hill now having to go for it. Gonna open things up quite a bit more, take a few more risks. And now Toronto wanting to get a second. Greenidge Duncan. Adenuga. Greenidge Duncan crossed in. Thompson was there.
Congratulations, Toronto FC goal scored by number 9, Kosi Thompson. Thank you.
Thumbs up from the TFC head coach, Terry Dunfield. His team now in control. Bit too early to start killing the clock a little bit as Gajadar goes down, but they'll take every second they can before taking these free kicks now. Richmond Hill, as time ticks away, going to have to be a little bit more reckless, a little bit more desperate. Substitutions are coming in for Richmond Hill. Looks like Owen Edwards, the goalkeeper, is about to come in. Crossed in at the far post, just wide. Medeiros was there, just missed it. On Sanchir. It's had a very good afternoon for, good morning, it's not even afternoon yet. For Richmond Hill, looks like his game is just about done. There is a free kick. Greenidge Duncan feeling that one a little bit. He's grabbing his leg. He is in some pain. Treatment's going to have to come on for him. It's always a worrying sign when a player grabs that middle part of the leg around the knee. That's, I think, what's getting checked out. We'll take the moment here. Recognize a few partners. Toronto FC is proud to support youth soccer in Ontario. Toronto FC, presenting partner of the OPDL. Today's OPDL Charity Shield action is fueled by Gatorade, the official sports fuel of OPDL. Try the new Gatorade Frost today. Gatorade Frost, your fuel to play cool. Thank you to OPDL partner Soccer Express for their first-class support. As Canada's premier dealer, Soccer Express has everything needed to take your game to the next level. Visit soccerx.com to check out the latest gear from Adidas, Nike, Puma, Admiral, and more. Experts in the field of youth concussion, Holland Bloor View Kids Rehabilitation Hospital has formed a collaboration with Ontario Soccer. This partnership will improve concussion awareness and education to ensure the improved safety of youth soccer players across the province. Looks like Greenidge Duncan is able to walk off okay. Not sure he'll be coming back in, but he's off for the moment. As Juan Sanchez finds Jason Gajadar, gets it into the penalty area. Falls to Clamp. Oh, what a finish! Danielson Clamp controls, turns, left-footed effort, top corner. And it's Toronto FC 2, Richmond Hill 0. With 19 minutes to go, it's just got that much more difficult for Richmond Hill. Now down 2. Change coming in. Sadio Cisse coming out, as is Anand Sanchir. Goalkeeper replaced by Owen Edwards. Handshake from head coach Bob Monroe. Edwards, big tall goalkeeper, checks in. Referee makes sure he's in.
Goal scored by number 5, Danielson Clamp.
Now let's see what Richmond Hill can do. If you get a goal back right away, suddenly the wind's in your sails and you can go chase an equalizer. It was Alejandro Shiri Moreno into the game, the other substitution. He's got 3 goals on the season. I'd love to get his 4th in this situation. There's a long ball over the top. Pledwell, 2 on him into the area. Pledwell nearly runs it out of bounds, but Clamp, looked like Clamp might have gotten a foot to it, but it is a goal kick. Now you can start taking every second you can. If you're Toronto FC, 2 goals is a little bit of a cushion. Obviously, you don't want to concede, but they'll take as much time as they can whenever they can. Gajadar, league champions, trying to add the Charity Shield to their trophy case for the season. Matthew Medeiros, he's had a fine game at center back. Bob Monroe up off the bench, giving a few words to his team. Substitution looks set to come in for Toronto FC. Looks like Greenidge Duncan is down again. Takes the shin pads out. I think his morning is done. Looks like Chip Hedda has come out. There is the signal for the substitution. I obviously hope he's okay. You worry if that's a knee, but positive thoughts right now. A bit of a miscommunication down on the bench as they call the sub over. And there his confirmation coming in. Luca Acetola. Another one of the younger players. He's a 2004. He's a young one. Let's see what he can do, though, against the much bigger Carmine Fiore. Gets around. Nice weight on the pass. Thompson, 2 on him, though. Back to Acetola. Quick change of direction. And another. And another. Impressive few seconds, but then there's the bit of a size and strength difference that comes with a few extra years on you. Thompson. Nice pass around the corner. There is a penalty. Ruddy went down. Hard to tell from this angle how much contact there was, but regardless, Ruddy wins the penalty. It looks like he's going to take it himself. And this would just about do it. 2 goals would be hard enough. 3. Would be just about unassailable. It's gone quiet in the Ontario Soccer Center. Ruddy to make it 3, and he does. And so with just over 13 minutes remaining, it's Toronto FC 3, Richmond Hill 0. That should just about ice this one, but stranger things have happened. There still is time. We'll see if Richmond Hill can get 1 goal, what that could lead to, but they still have to get that 1 goal. Pajamsis. Pledwell. He's been a handful. He's a tricky little player. Over the top, Esabra, 2 on him though, and Medeiros is over. Handles that one. So far today, it's been Thompson, Clamp, and now Ruddy with the goals. Now Richmond Hill is going to concede a goal kick. Not going to have too many more opportunities going forward, so they're going to want to make the most of their chances. Toronto FC substitution coming in. Looks like it's Juan Sanchez. His day could be just wrapping up here. Not just yet, actually. Gonna wait for the next stoppage in play before we make the change. Giving away possession, Panesar. And there's the change coming in now. Checking in, Lowell Wright. Has a couple goals in the league in all competitions this season, League and Cup and Charity Shield. All the competitions they play in. Amaral coming up the line. First time effort from a long way out, easily claimed by Mr. Edwards into the game now. Pajamsis. 1 more goal would match the scoreline from these 2 teams earlier this season. Into the middle. Akanuga. Still going. Surrounded by green and white shirts. Gives it up to Thompson. Amaral. He swings all the way back, taking their time now. Clamp. Right, his first touches of the game. Right, working on handling. Cross, deflected, corner. Short, quickly taken. To the back post, chested down. Was Adenuga with the header. Flag stays down. Adenuga, can he make it 4? Adenuga! And they've matched the scoreline from earlier this season. And they are just over 9 minutes away from taking that Charity Shield. Sort of a half look over at the line. The flag stayed down. It was onside. Adenuga picked his corner. Now after a scoreless first half, it's been all Toronto FC in the second half. Richmond Hill going to make a change. A little bit of miscommunication there on the line. Panesar is going to come out. Is going to be replaced by Adrian Macharski. Let's see if Richmond Hill, they want to go down fighting. Here is Panesar. But the youngster, Achitola, and taken down. All the way back. Clamp, maybe the goal of the game so far. Medeiros swings it forward. Achitola. Thompson putting Shearer under pressure. There's a little bit of contact. Thompson goes in. A little pull on the shoulder. Shearer senses it. Wins the free kick. Now here is the change, and that will be it for Panesar. Macharski's coming in. Looks like there's a goalkeeper change coming in as well for Toronto FC. Calabro coming out. And in goes Callum Morrison. He had 6 clean sheets on the season. Achitola wins the corner. He's smaller than him, but he's got pretty good turn of speed, change of direction. Some impressive foot skill. Crossed in. Adenuga. Richmond Hill, opportunity to move forward. They want to finish strong. Can't hold on to it. That's Macharski recently into the game. Chance for Toronto to take up a few more seconds. Medeiros. He goes long, looking for Thompson. It's gone very quiet in here, actually. Very odd, considering the echo in the building. It's a little deflated from Richmond Hill, obviously. Obviously not the second half they would have wanted. Here's another opportunity. There's a shot. And there's a second one for Thompson. Pardon me, not Thompson. It's Ruddy again. And it's Toronto FC 5, Richmond Hill 0, as Joaquil Ruddy gets his second of the morning.
Toronto FC goal scorer, his second of the day, Joaquil Ruddy.
So it's Ruddy with 2, Clamp with 1, Thompson with 1. Is there a sixth for Toronto? Gajadar tries to go over the top. Charlie Bontis is recently into the game. Can't chase it down. So Ruddy with 2. Kosi Thompson with 1. Danielson Clamp with 1. Three and a half minutes still to go here in the second half. Adnuga had the fifth one, pardon me. Thompson tries to go up to Wright. Wright does come away with it. And the ball is out. It's going to be a goal kick. Owen Edwards to take the goal kick inside of 3 minutes. And then Toronto FC will be hoisting that charity shield. Is there another one? Thompson. Edwards, he gets around him, crossed in, and Edwards gets back well. Head tennis right now, back and forth. Both sides saying to bring it down. And there is a free kick. Goes all the way back. Callum Morrison swings it around. Danielson Clamp. Matt Medeiros. Just swinging things around. Running this one out. Pretty safe bet now. Is there one, though, for Richmond Hill? Not there. Coming back the other way, Ruddy on his hat trick. Tackle comes in. Stretton Lee. Richmond Hill will say that there is a foul throw. Foot came up, looked like there was some spin on it too. Inside the final minute. Richmond Hill will be more impressed with their first half performance and opening few minutes of the second half. their one final opportunity for Toronto to get a sixth. On the turn, Macharski given away. Stretton Lee tries to change of direction, but that's given away. Adnuga back and forth, neither side able to string anything together at this stage of the game, but Macharski Adnuga. Amaral. Right. 2 on him. Just killing the final few seconds now. But Wright comes away with it into the area. Tricky bit of skill. Right. Goodness. Not sure how he kept that in. Kept rolling it under his foot. A little bit of that razzle-dazzle. Nearly rolled the ball along the end line and tucked it in, but Edwards got there. Not done yet, though. Gajadar, plenty involved today, has seen a lot of the ball. Richmond Hill's get a chance to throw in. Next game coming up in just over an hour, 11:45 kickoff. Of course, that will be live streamed here as well. I hope you can join me for that one. Stretton Lee. Pledwell gets around, cuts into the middle, but it's intercepted. Medeiros there first. And then he puts Adnuga on his way. Over the top, Thompson, Shearer watching him. Thompson swings and misses. Shearer, though, puts it out for a corner. Quickly taken. Holding it near the corner. Achitola. Low cross slash shot. Handled by Edwards. Medeiros heads it. Not much on it though. Esabra there. It's a pretty good ball right over the top. Touch a bit hard though. Opens things up. Toronto FC coming back the other way, but once again given away and then back the other way. Obviously a little bit more time with some of the injuries that we've had in the second half. There we go. That brings an end to the under-15 boys OPDL Charity Shield. Scoreless after the first 40 minutes, but in the second half, it's all Toronto FC. Jokeil Ruddy with 2. Ifiolua Adnuga with 1. Kosi Thompson with 1. That adds it all up. Let's see. And that one would be 5 for Toronto FC, 0 for Richmond Hill. Toronto FC wins the under-15 boys OPDL Charity Shield. We'll be back in a little over an hour at 11:45 for under-16 boys Charity Shield. I hope you'll join us then, but until then, my name is Gavin Day, and we'll talk to you in just a little bit.